Greetings, boys and gits, and welcome to Dread Waaagh Gaming. In this episode, we're going to take a little trip down memory lane as we unbox this 1999 Ork Battleforce, and it's all in box original. It's just missing the cellophane. So let's have a little wee look at the box art. So as you can see, it's got a really very cool cover that has obviously been used again and again and again, that image ever since. And on the back there, we've got the contents of the box. So you've got 16 Ork boys, and those 16 Ork boys will be the old sprue, as you'll see very soon. So the shooters come separately, not like the new Ork boys. There's also 5 Ork war bikes. There's 1 war buggy, which is the old war buggy that came from the Gorkamorka days, and you've also got 1 war truck from the Gorkamorka days too, and some battlefield accessories, which are cool because you don't really get the same sort of battlefield accessories anymore. I think they slightly changed, so they're cool also. And then you've got some nice little images of how to paint the buggy and the truck there, and one of the boys from the heavy metal team showing you what colours have been used where. Obviously they've progressed a little bit from that now, but the box has got loads of lovely information all over it. So yeah, let's rip into it, shall we? Right, so let's go and have a look. Camera's down. Are you coming then or what? Not interested? Alright, suit yourselves. Oh blimey, you should really join in, come on.
Okay, so first out of the box is the Space Ork Battleforce booklet. A cool little bit of artwork on the front there. I remember this. I think this is where that head that we have with the hair that's attachable to belts comes from. We're seeing this and see the recognisable chopper with the 2 spikes on the back. See, a lot of artwork then inspires miniatures, and then miniatures inspire artwork, and so on and so forth. It's like art imitating life and life imitating art, except it's different. And that's why variety of artists was such a cool thing, because it gave a variety of inspiring ideas coming into the system rather than just one person or one CAD drawing designer coming up with things, you know. Oh yeah, don't get me started. So anyway, here's the really basic, boring instructions from back in the day, but at least they put pictures in them. That's cool. But yeah, simple enough. Nice little emblem as well. Can't grumble. Yeah, happy enough. It's orky, innit? For the box of plastic. See, it's all on sprue. Right, so I'll put the box aside and we'll pull it over one by one. So, ta-da! This is part of the truck kit. The classic truck kit. Look at all these spaces. Look at that one. Look, you can park a bloody truck in there. But yeah, crazy cool kit. Although I say that, I mean, look, it's got details on the bottom, which is something that's cool. I mean, you don't see that so much anymore, do you? Eh? But yeah, it's fairly basic. It's too small. That was the issue with the truck. It was just too small. But it's got useful components on it even for today. So like this part here, although it's too small as a truck flatbed now, it's, if you had a couple of them, like 3 of them, they'd be great, or 2 or 3 of them, you know, you'd be fine. Make up the gap in between. So, and widen it maybe, you know, but you know, there's things you can do. Good for other parts of a vehicle, on the back of a battle wagon somewhere or whatever. This is part of the war truck, the war buggy. This is a really cool piece, this engine piece. I've used that on the back of a dreadnought, as an engine on a dreadnought before, and then I've since ripped it off because everything's changed size pretty much, and so now it's on a killer can now. And there's another cool part of an engine here. These 2 bits go together, and it's got a little dial on it. Very steampunky, see? Really like that. One of the few Ork things as well with sort of a human skull on them. That would be changed nowadays, you wouldn't have that. The boys are what made these kits awful. These boys were terrible. They didn't even fit in with the other boys that are in the set. So, yeah, the sizes, I mean, like, for example, take that guy there. I will just pull out a standard sprue of boy. And, I mean, just by comparing just the simple size of the heads. I mean, look, that's supposed to be the same thing. Those heads, boy, that, boy, nah. That's a youth. That's the only way you can get away with it. Just say, oh, it's a youth. Yeah, the vehicle's being driven and operated by youths, because that makes sense, because all the strong, tough orcs would rather run in while the little puny ones get to have the real fun with the fucking kiddie vehicle. But anyway, enough said. While we're on it, let's look at the boy sprue, right? So what was cool about the boy sprue is these weapons come in separate. So the hands came all separate like this. So you could use these hands. I mean, they do come with a little bit of a of the trigger, but you can cut that out. You can reshape that if you want to make just a fist. Really helpful. But these are really cool for, you know, putting in on the sides of vehicles in a weapon storage rack or something like that. Or if you want to have a gun shop, or just want to have one slung over someone's shoulder or something like that. Really, really cool. So I much preferred when they were separate like that. Obviously, again, you've got loads of wasted space. Something that you don't see so much anymore. Another piece of the buggy. No, this is a bike. This is an old school Ork bike. That's what that is. Nice to get my hands on some of them. I know I moaned about the Ork boys, and that isn't a good looking Ork boy either at all. It's awful. But I do have fond memories, funny enough, of those when I very first saw these Ork bikes when they first came about. I liked the goggles and the spike on the helmet, you know, like the face weren't still quite there, but I, you know, it had a zip as well, you know, like back in the day, small graces, you know, but now they look naff. But yeah, got a nice Evil Sun's grimacing sun on the front there. Again, more sort of Imperial type skulls, you know, you don't get that anymore. These are really useful as well. These track bits, really hyper useful, so don't always get used on bikes because they're so useful for other things. So don't even know if I'm going to use them on the bikes myself. I'm not sure. Although I do have a few of them, don't I? So, you know, got choices. Another one there. And another one there. And they're all the same. There's nothing different about any of them sprues. And another one there. So there we are. 5 bikes. We've also got the rest of the buggy there. This has got some nice little details on it. So some kick plate, check plate, whatever you call it, floor pattern stuff. These wheel guards, I've still got a few of those knocking around from the old days still. Yeah, generally very, very cool, useful bits and bobs. I don't think I'll ever build them as they were intended anymore. I would always go using them for conversions because they're just really cool. I love when you see an old conversion, I mean a new conversion of a Mini using mostly new bits, but it's got old bits on it. That's really cool. Seeing some old school bits, like, oh my god, old school. So yeah, these are the terrain bits. So the tank traps and such like, and the barrels. I like them. They're very cool. I haven't actually got any of these old school ones anymore, so I'm glad of those as well. And some boy sprues. So you have same sprue a couple of times there. This is the one with the guns, the one with a screaming head. So the heads have changed a little bit since these days. There are some of the same ones and a few different ones. In the same way with, I think, the bodies too. I think the bodies is, we've got still got those bodies, haven't we? But we've got a couple of other ones now. So it's nice that they've added stuff, but taking away the loose bits and bobs, you know, that's annoying. So anyway, that's what we've got in respect to that. Also got in the box a whole bunch of wheels, of course. This is exciting. I haven't seen these for a long time. Actual cool Ork transfers from back in the day, because the common Ork transfer sheet I've got millions of, but this one I only had one of these left. So these are really valuable to me. The old, I Oh, and the Gorkamorka 1. Oh, gosh. Oh, I'm so happy. These have got the nice freebooter skull and bones on them as well. The Jolly Ork. So I'm really happy about that as well. Oh, Gorkamorka 2. Ork War Truck. Oh, these are some awesome, awesome transfers. Like, I know most people don't care about transfers, but I sure do. What are these? I don't remember these. What are they? Oh, they're flags. Cool. Oh, awesome. Oh, well, then that was clearly the best one. The others are okay. That one's awesome, though. Look at that. I'm definitely going to go using that in some. I've got to obviously make it like all worn and change and modernise it a little bit. But oh my god, cool. So yeah, really happy with the Battleforce. You've got a lot for your money back in the day. You know, you've got quite a bit of miniatures in that box. And some cool transfers and stuff. And yeah, so I remember being very happy when this box came out. I think I bought 2 or 3 of these, and I didn't have much money even then, but I kept buying these because they were so good. So love it. Thanks, Trev. You're a legend, mate.
I hope you've enjoyed this little trip down memory lane. I sure did. Along with a Waaagh Dwarf I recently received from Gaz, and some of the competition entries that I've had for my competition, which I can't wait to share with you guys really soon. Some of them have got a real old school vibe about them. In fact, a lot of people love the old school Ork vibe, it seems. And although I do prefer a much more grim, dark feel to Orks, and that Ork Battleforce there does represent when that was starting to make that change, I don't like the restrictive nature and the place that Orks are at the moment. They've, especially with their new war buggies that came out, I don't like the direction that GW are taking Orks in. I'm not comfortable with it, but you know, each to their own, and they keep switching and changing. As you see with the third-party companies, everyone's got their own interpretation, and as long as we all keep our love for Orks going, I'm sure no matter what happens from different people, the community will drive the best from all of them anyway. So let's just keep on being tough as fuck Orks, alright? Until next time, see you wherever, alright? Yeah, cool. Bye guys.